Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our podcast series, the Spotlight Sessions, here at High Level. In these sessions, we showcase the top leaders in the marketing and sales world. Today, I'm joined by Hiram Enriquez, Senior Partner Manager of Amazon Local Ads. And we've been going back and forth behind the scenes on what is the best time and way to put together a spotlight session for our agency owners who want to take and help their clients get to the next level where their customers are at every single day. So I'm very excited about this episode, and it's going to be titled here, How to Grow Your Business with Amazon Local Ads Without Having to Sell a Product. And you may be asking, how is this relevant to what my customers are doing if they're not in e-commerce? We have an episode that we're going to be diving deep into, and Hiram will be explaining everything related to it. So we're going to be covering 3 bullet points in this episode. First one's going to be around why Amazon for my customers. If you're an agency owner, why is the Amazon Local Ads going to help your customer and how? And then the next one is how to reach the most relevant audience using the Amazon Local Ads platform. And then third is what's in it for me as the agency owner and my customer with using Amazon Local Ads. Hiram, it's great to have you here. For those in our audience who may not know you yet, could you share a little bit about your journey and how you and Amazon have been working together these last couple of years?
Hi, John. Thank you for having me, and thank you for to your audience for looking into what we have to offer. I've been in the media world for most of my professional life, and both in large international organizations and also at the local level in the U.S. And I joined Amazon Local Ads about close to 3 years ago. And basically what we do is like we bring the opportunity for our partners, our agencies, and our advertisers at the local level to connect with those relevant communities on the local level using the power of our Amazon insights and our unique ad inventory as well.
And that's amazing because, you know, for someone like yourself who's been in different parts of the media world, you've seen the evolution. So I want to dive right into our first topic here, which is, you know, if I'm an agency owner and I am exposed to so many different ways that I can advertise or guide my clients on where to advertise, why should I consider Amazon Local Ads for my customers, and which customers do I start with?
Well, this is a question that we got all the time because obviously when you think Amazon, the first thing that comes into mind is e-commerce, right? We're a very large e-commerce organization, if you didn't know. But if you look into probably your day to day, you may have had touch points with Amazon several throughout the day. Like I don't know, for instance, maybe you switch on your Fire enabled TV, or you were watching Prime last night, or you talked to your smart device this morning. I have one here, so I'm not going to say the name, but you know who I'm talking about. So that means that as consumers, we know that our attention is really fragmented, but with the reach that we have in Amazon with all those owned and operated properties in which we're having millions of interactions with millions of consumers on a daily basis, then we provide that reach for brands to connect with a wider array of audiences that are surely eager to find their new favorite product or the new service or like just even watch new content and so on.
So I want to dive in just a little deeper where if you're an agency, if I'm an agency owner and I have my home service businesses that I serve, they want to target their customer, their homeowner customers. How does the Amazon Local Ads platform enable me as the agency to set everything up on behalf of my customer to target their homeowner customer through that service as an example?
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about how that happens. So as I mentioned, so we have millions of interactions with millions of consumers on a daily basis, right? On those different touch points where we say that we join our consumers' lives, so we understand, we have a lot of insights. And with that, we can help the agencies and their clients actually stay relevant and navigate that increasingly complex landscape with what we call our aggregated first-party insights, because with those learnings that we have for these interactions that we have with the consumers, we get to know the consumers. So we have the ability to then, through our audience segments and our capabilities, to actually drive the message that the brand, that is your client, wants to let it be known to a particular set of consumers that will resonate with that message. We're very effective at driving that message and putting it in front of those specific consumers for those advertisers.
So if, let's say, for example, I'm a roofer, right? I'm a roofer, and I'm looking to target homeowners in my area that are maybe looking for products for their home. And now, because of their search, they start seeing roof-related service ads. What type of control do I have as the customer to refine my targeting?
Well, when I'm going to talk about a product that we call Sponsor Display, which is a product that is very suitable for brands of any size, even those who are not um, who are new to programmatic advertising, because it's a self-service solution that the agencies can onboard their advertisers on. And then with that product, for instance, the advertiser will have the ability to select the audience segments that they want to reach with their message, with that particular campaign. For instance, we have what we call the Amazon Audience Catalog, which is a collection of segments that are pre-curated based on those insights that I mentioned. And there you'll find different types of segments, which could run from in-market segments, meaning what consumers are looking for on the Amazon aisle within the past month but haven't bought. Say in the case of the roofer, maybe they're looking for things that will indicate that that they will be needing those services, or like if you're a plumber, somebody that has been looking for a faucet, and things like that. We also have longer views of browsing and purchasing habits of consumers, which we call interest segment. Basically, if you're a consumer, for instance, that are usually buying exercise equipment or fitness apparel, then you're a fitness interest consumer, and you may be suitable for like a gym that is opening up in your community. We also have other segments that are more like behavioral segments that are based on not just in e-commerce or shopping or browsing signals, but also like when you watch for entertainment and so on. And this is where, well, you'll have like health-oriented consumers if they buy healthy food or things like that, or consumers that are interested in new products and things like that. And then we also have what we call life stages, which are milestones in consumers' lives. Those are segments in which you will find, for instance, people who recently moved. So they might be in need of a roofer or like a landscaping service, particularly if they're like, if you combine that with consumers that are buying patio furniture or that are interested in outdoors elements for their house and things like that. So with a combination of those pre-curated segments of audiences that you can select within this product as the ideal consumer that will be seeing your message. You can also combine specific audience segments that you can create for specific campaigns based on views or purchases of specific products. If you work with a particular brand, say you are in the home services area, like HVAC. If you work with a particular brand of AC units, then you're able to actually narrow down to consumers that purchase, for instance, filters for those particular brands of units, so you know that this is the unit they have at home. And so it's a combination of those curated segments that we already have, plus segments you can create based on your campaign objectives, as well as the location, which you can narrow down to the level of zip code. You can set up to 1,000 locations depending the size of the business, based on city, state, DMA, like the regions that TV use for defining geolocation, as well as the zip code, which is the smallest unit I think that you can reach with our particular geotargeting.
So if I put myself in this scenario, I'm an agency owner. I have a fitness center client that is working with me, and they are looking to be in front of new homeowners in the area that are maybe looking for some equipment to purchase. Maybe they're looking for some certain brands to purchase. There is a way to put that storyline together with the interests, the behaviors, the targeting. So if I'm talking to my device at home, my Nest, or just on my mobile device with the purchases I make on my Amazon account, it will piece those elements together and put together that audience for my advertising campaign to be in front of. Is that correct?
That is correct. All those insights actually provide this, what we call those aggregated signals that then we convert into audience segments that when you're setting up a campaign, you can select based on the relevant audiences that you feel like represent the client's ideal consumer, right? Who is going to resonate with that message. So in the case of the fitness studio that you're setting up, it could be like, for instance, you could find fitness interested consumers. You could find consumers that buy fitness apparel. If you have particular machines that tie with fitness accessories, then you can find consumers that are interested or have bought those particular accessories. And then if you go down to the purchase of specific products, so say you want to see who's been buying dumbbells and in the last month, let's say, and you can be as narrow as 7 days and say, well, let me talk to these people and say, I am just opening this fitness center, so maybe you don't have to create your home gym. You can look into our membership first, and so you're able to catch them before they actually made that purchase of the home gym.
As I start to understand this a little bit more and more each time, I'm now thinking, what about for someone that is looking up on the Kindle platform for certain books, or the Audible platform for certain audiobooks? Do those insights work with those platforms as well within the Amazon suite?
It's part of the insights that form those audience segments. And then, so what those audience segments are going to do is they're going to allow that brand that is setting up the campaign to actually reach out to those particular consumers wherever they are. And so we're for Sponsor Display, which is the product that we're talking about, that is very accessible for small and medium businesses, and even if they're starting with programmatic ad buying. The ads for those campaigns will show on Amazon owned and operated properties like Amazon.com, both the website and the mobile site. Twitch, our streaming live streaming platform, and also IMDb, which is an Amazon site. But then the ads may also show in third-party sites that are connected with Amazon, which we have a network called Amazon Publisher Direct, and those impressions are Amazon contracted impressions. So we're able to use our first-party data to identify consumers when they're consuming content on those third-party sites. So that means that we're going to present that ad to that particular consumer based on your campaign objectives and the audience that you define at the right moment, at the right place, when we feel that consumer is more likely to click, for instance, on that ad in order to get to your site and drive traffic to your site. And as I'm saying this, this is something that if you're an Amazon vendor or seller, maybe you're familiar with this because this product has been available for them for a long time. But since last year, for the first time, this product is available for brands that do not sell in Amazon. So that means that if you're in a category that is not category that is sold in Amazon, say you're in education or home services or travel, restaurants, QSRs, and so on, then you're able to take advantage of those first-party data signals that we have from Amazon, as well as our unique ad inventory, to then present ads to those consumers that are part of those audience segments.
For those that are listening to this now, there might be some aha moments like, well, really didn't even know that this was available. How come I haven't heard about this in different online forums, right? Depending on where you're at. What is the shift with the Amazon local ads platform now making it more widely available or more awareness around it? When and why did that happen?
Well, we've had products for advertisers that do not sell in Amazon for a long time on our what we call Amazon DSP, where you're able to serve campaigns with streaming TV, meaning like where consumers are in the connected TV watching in the big screen at home, also audio and regular display. But for the first time, we're launching this product, which is aimed at bringing those capabilities to a wider variety of advertisers, even if you're starting with budgets that are not as high, then you're able to tap into this particular product and start using our capabilities. So that's what we call sponsored display for all businesses, and it's a self-service product, and it's the ability for those small and medium businesses to come in and start getting involved with our capabilities in a way that is very easy to use. You actually just need a few inputs to launch a campaign. We don't need you don't need to have creatives, because with just a few elements like your logo, a lifestyle image, which it picks the business, but it doesn't have any text or any graphics, and a headline, we're able to actually use the system to create the ads, to show in the different positions in which they're going to show in different sites. So that means that you don't have to have graphics and a million of creatives ready before you launch with us. So it's very easy to launch with those elements. And additionally, we're very flexible. There's no campaign minimums for those campaigns. And you have also the ability to optimize the campaign in terms of the way that your campaign objectives are going to be served best, either by CPM, cost per thousand of viewable impressions, if you're talking about raising awareness for your business, or towards cost per click if you're trying to drive traffic to your sites, and then the system will focus on showing the ads to consumers that are more likely to click on the ads and direct the traffic to your sites, and then you're basically paying for the clicks. So there's a lot of flexibility and easiness of use for brands of any size to actually start jumping on the product at this time.
So, and that's all exciting because, as agencies, marketers, trusted advisors to small to medium-sized businesses, the customer of our customer, the agency, might be thinking, well, I don't have time to learn this, right? And I don't know how to use it, or I'm just used to maybe the 3 or 4 that I'm familiar with. For an agency owner to start adopting this as a medium, part of their offering or immediate offering, like it's AB and then Amazon, right? And then we start moving Amazon to be the first source of the campaign. What's that ramp up time look like? What are the requirements to get this going up for their clients on their end?
Well, if you are an advertiser, this is a self-service product, so you can go into Amazon Advertising, our website, and create an account for your business, providing that you're the legitimate owner of the business, and you basically authenticate your business, and you're able to launch a campaign directly on our site. Now, for agencies, we have a process in which we invite the agencies to become part of the Amazon Partner Network. And then with that, you have the ability to create accounts for third party, meaning for your um, small and medium businesses that you represent, and you get something called a manager account, in which you're able to see all the console accounts of the businesses that you represent. And so we do have partners that work with us on this, and we're hoping eventually High Level will be one of those. But yeah, this is the process. And so once you're onboarded on the product, then you just work with your advertisers, and then you're able to help them create those campaigns or create them yourselves. If that is your model in which you actually operate the campaigns for your clients.
Which is amazing. And it sounds like, I wish we could go into a little bit more deeper on what we have planned and the strategy behind it. But if we're obviously here today, we have some great things for our customers who serve their customers involving Amazon local ads. When it comes to like ongoing support and really as an agency owner, understanding like the ins and outs, what are those resources like with the training and ongoing support?
We have built into the console an ability to reach out to the support team that works with you, and also, we're working like with my team and people like myself that can also answer questions and work with partners and help them on board and be efficient in the campaigns that they're launching. So I think it's a great opportunity. Now the product is a self-service product, so it's meant to be very easy to use, and that's what we hope for. But obviously there's the ability to also reach out for support if you need it.
With what you have availability to with stats and information and resources, could you share with our agency audience the big picture on why Amazon should be part of the ads stack when presenting exposure to new people into an area or retargeting existing clients for their clients? Could you dig a little deep into that?
Yes. So the first thing is relevance, and the because of privacy regulations and things like that, first party data has become really important in the way that we're reaching out to consumers, and particularly when we have that limited attention span on the consumer side. I think research indicates that a brand has to have like 20 interactions in different places with the consumers before they can actually bring them into the funnel. So the in the case of Amazon, we have a wealth of insights based on those interactions that we have with consumers that really allow you to be really relevant with your campaigns based on Amazon first-party data. So that is not found anywhere else because the data is not shared or sold. You have to use it within our systems, and obviously this is all aggregated. It's not like you're getting name and numbers, but it's all aggregated data, and but it's very efficient in terms of reaching those relevant audiences, and so that is the number one thing that I will mention. And then the other thing that I'll mention is our unique ad inventory, right? Because you have the ability to have your ads shown on Amazon owned and operated properties like Amazon.com, the e-commerce site, but also in properties like Twitch, which is like a platform. If you're not familiar with Twitch, Twitch is a community of very tech savvy and ad responsive consumers So it's really a place where you can find like really good responses for your products and services and so on. But not only the owned and operated properties, but also the premium publishers with which we have relationships in terms of our Amazon Publisher Direct inventory, meaning that those third-party sites that are connecting with us, in which you are going to be reaching those consumers based on our first-party data. So that means that even if your ad is showing on those third-party sites, it's still the a value of understanding where that consumer falls within the audience segments that you have selected due to your because of your campaign objectives. So that's those are like two very relevant things that I think people need to take into account.
Yeah, and if I'm putting my shoes in the agency owner, I'm thinking if I have e-commerce clients, this is great, right? This is amazing. If I have non-e-commerce clients, this is now even more amazing because the relationship between what their customer buys and what their customer looks for is going to align well. And every platform, every advertising platform goes through its seasons where it increases, it spikes. So we know where the seasons are within Amazon, but we also know that people use it as frequently as possible to buy small items, whether it's groceries, to big items, whether it's a treadmill or other services. What I'm thinking here now is if I'm going to reorganize my ad stack with what you're sharing with me and our audience, Amazon Local Ads has made a handful of changes and has grown in the last year and a half or so, that now you have to take a refreshed approach to it because your customer's audience is on there and now they have the availability to make those customized outreaches based on their habits. Where
Yeah,
before, like without naming names of other social media platforms, they started to restrict more and more and more, and it became more broader. Now it's like we have the reset of more detailed with the option to go broad if we want using Amazon Local Ads. Is that correct?
yeah, and definitely with like the vast reach of Amazon, like with over 200 million of unique monthly visitors, more than 200 million Prime members, as well as our unduplicated reach on the streaming TV side, like with Prime and Twitch and Freebie, which is our ad-supported product. So we do have the reach. There's a very big chance that the audiences that are small and medium businesses at the local level are trying to reach, they have at any point of the day been in one of those touch points with Amazon. So that's where we're able to provide that really deep, relevant link with those audience segments for the small and medium businesses to grow their businesses.
It is so exciting because today's small to medium-sized business owner, like you mentioned before, is exposed to so many options, so many new products, new services to market their business. And now for our customers, the agency owner, the marketers, to have this opportunity to be exposed to it, but also with what we're building on the back end and the relationships we're building, we're going to streamline that, right? So without letting the cat out the bag here, Chase Buckner, who heads up our product marketing, is working with you and your team to streamline this to be as easy as possible for someone that is interested in getting started, getting on a wait list. What are some incentives with jumping on the platform now and doing some advertising for their clients? Are there any offers, anything that you have available?
Right now, there is an incentive for newly created advertiser accounts of $500 in click credit that is available now. So that means that once the account is created, you have that credit on the account upon setup. And so that I think is a good help if you're onboarding and having clients test the product. And eventually there might be different incentives and other things that will come up, but that is something that is available right at this time.
Yep, and with all of our spotlight sessions and what we do at high level, results may vary. There are many resources that Amazon local ads provide. So taking the time and understanding how the product works and their support and their FAQs is going to be very, very important in your on-ramping. In the description below, we're going to include, if you're not a high-level user yet, we're going to include a free 30-day trial to our platform. Then we're going to include the Amazon local ads links on how to get started with your $500 credit that has an expiration date. That link below in our description will have the most updated incentive and its expiration date. And then as we evolve with the new add-ons and information that comes from Hiram and his team at Amazon, will update in our community. But for someone that is just jumping in maybe a few minutes before what we went over and they hear Amazon local ads, what should they be most excited about?
The audiences. I mean, like once you get into the platform and you see the wealth of different audience segments that you have to really hone in on the audience that you want for that client, you will be amazed. And frankly, that is what will make people successful, like really understand and really becoming a pro. I know that some smaller agencies have vertical specialization, so this is where they really can shine by actually learning and gathering their own insights about how to use those segments.
You heard it firsthand from Hiram Enriquez, Senior Partner Manager of Amazon Local Ads, with the updated version, incentives, and abilities as agency owners within the high-level ecosystem to enable your small to medium-sized businesses to be more attractive to their customers where they shop and do business every day. Hiram, thank you so much for spending some time with me, and we can't wait to connect again on those updates.
Thank you for having me.